The WhatsApp news is still happening. WhatsApp on Friday announced that they will be delaying the rollout of the new update for terms of conditions for at least 3 months following the backlash. This is according to an article by TechCrunch. So a few weeks ago, WhatsApp gave me a prompt on my iPhone when I was in Bahrain that we're going to change our policies to, let me read this. It is going to share with Facebook some personal data, such as phone number and location. And you would have to agree to these terms by February 8 if you want to continue using the app. So if February 8 passes and you don't accept the term of conditions, you have to delete the app. So I accepted the terms of conditions and I moved along with my life. But apparently, I did that because they get so much of my data already. And as I explained in my previous video, the reason I use WhatsApp is everyone uses WhatsApp. But the news kept on aggregating. And as I said, WhatsApp's huge fan base in Asia really did not really accept the news just like I did. So I checked my phone for the charts and the local charts in the UK, Signal and Telegram. I haven't heard of Signal before. Apparently, the founder of WhatsApp created his own app after leaving WhatsApp after Facebook bought it. So Facebook bought WhatsApp. The founder of WhatsApp left and made this other app called Signal. And now Signal is in the top of the charts in the App Store in the UK. And Telegram is up there and WhatsApp is going down. So that means people are leaving WhatsApp for real and switching to other platforms. So WhatsApp comes in, doing damage control by Facebook, I guess, and delaying this by 3 months. And the view is, let's do this. Let's push everything 3 months. After 3 months, when this change actually happens, people won't be as fired up. They cannot be as pissed as the first time. That's impossible. So I guess that's the strategy. And let's see if it works. I mean, there's an initial hype around Signal and Telegram. Obviously, it worked to expose these two programs because I knew of Telegram. I didn't know of Signal. Now I know. I went to their websites and checked out their features. I mean, if everyone was on Signal to begin with, I'm not going to change to WhatsApp because WhatsApp has this killer feature. But now they are saying, oh, we are only going to use that data with businesses. And people are like, that's not what it says in the terms of conditions. So the story progresses and we'll see what happens with Facebook. Do they regret the day they decided to merge WhatsApp and Facebook into a more closer data sharing thing? We'll see. The second story is also about data sharing and privacy and whatnot. And it's about Google this time. Google has, sorry for that. Google has recently completed a purchase of Fitbit, the company that makes smartwatches, health tracking devices, apps, and so on. They are very big. I've heard of them before. Many of you, I'm sure, heard of them. And Google just bought them for $2.1 billion. So this raised some eyebrows because this took a long time to go through. Some regulatory bodies from the EU and the States and the UK have been like, Fitbit has a lot of sensitive data. When it comes to health, probably the most sensitive data out there about your own body and your own health. And do you really want to give that up to Google? And I mean, the EU has put in this rule for 10 years that Google cannot use the data that they have acquired when they bought Fitbit into apps like Google Maps, Google Search, YouTube, and so on. That's smart, so 10 years. But 10 years, which says this article by The Independent says it can be extended for 10 more years, so that would make it 20. But still, Google will not fade away after 20 years. They will still be a massive advertisement giant. And because they're an advertisement focused company, you think, oh, they buy this massive company, they have a lot of data about your health. Let's say Fitbit has something that says you're overweight. All of a sudden you get ads for, other fitness programs or gyms or protein shakes or, stuff like that. And that's the bare minimum. So that's just your weight. What if it's like other diseases that you don't want to disclose, and all of a sudden Google knows about that? So The Independent really goes in depth, and I suggest you give it a read yourself about how the European Commission is regulating this. And people are saying, oh yeah, they're regulating this, but Google has a history. And one thing they have cited is there is this other app that I haven't heard of until now that is called, let me just get it. It's called DeepMind. Apparently, DeepMind is an app that kind of worked with the NHS in the UK. And Google said it will never get the health data of DeepMind, a company they bought, and incorporate it into Google. But now it did connect Streams, the app that DeepMind lives in, into Google. Now it's a Google product, and we don't know what happened to the data. So people are speculating if Fitbit buy one instance they also mentioned is this. So you're a Fitbit user, and then all of a sudden Google buys Fitbit. So now your Fitbit data, does it go to Google or does it stay with Fitbit? And people are saying if you are a Fitbit user, you need to have the right to know if your data goes to Google or not, your existing data. You have been already using this product. And also new Fitbit users would also have the right to know where their data is going. There's a lot of talk about data and regulating things, especially these companies. They have so much power and they have so much information at their disposal. Someone has to watch what they're doing with it, and we'll see. If you have a Fitbit, do you really care if someone gets your data? I mean, does Fitbit not share the data? What is our guarantees in that sense? But of course, if someone is looking at our data privacy and defending users' rights, you will have this inherent belief that someone is out there protecting you in a way. So I left the Apple news to the last, and this is the Apple news. Apparently, the next iPhone might not be the iPhone 13, it might be the iPhone 12s. This is weird. Okay, this article by Bloomberg gives us an update on two things, the new iPhone and also the foldable screens. So in terms of the new iPhone, the iPhone 12s, it's rumored, it's all rumors by now. They can call it the iPhone LW India, I don't know. They can call it whatever they want. But for now, people are speculating that the iPhone will be actually called iPhone 12s, not iPhone 13, because it's a minor upgrade in the cycle. So the last S model we had is the iPhone XS, which came after the iPhone 10, which people call X. So that was the last 10. So it was 10, 10S, and then 11, and then 12, no 11S. So I guess it might come back, iPhone 12s. So what they're suggesting is the only major change we'll see is a camera upgrade, a processor upgrade. But the only major change we'll see is the reintroduction of the fingerprint scanner under the screen. Qualcomm, the company that makes the 5G modems in these phones, already made new advancements when it comes to fingerprint technology. Maybe they use that, or maybe they make their own because they made Touch ID. So we'll see. iPhone 12s, iPhone 13, does it really matter? Maybe not. But interesting enough that the COVID situation made companies go back to old technology, and they're going back to this Touch ID technology that they left ages ago. Apparently, according to this article as well, they are doing something else, and they are gonna bring back the MagSafe connector to the Macs as well. So in two instances, they're going back, and they're getting rid of the touch bar thing on the MacBook. So I guess in order to move forward, they're bringing back features from the past. So I guess these features were always good, and they removed them for no reason, just like the headphone jack and other things. I guess bringing them back is a good thing. But let's talk about the foldable stuff again. Apple, this article by Bloomberg says, okay, calm down, people. Apple might be releasing foldable phones, but they might not be releasing foldable phones, because they're saying that this is only a screen. So they are only testing a screen. They don't have a design yet. They don't have anything yet. They don't have prototypes. They're just asking their manufacturer to, okay, can you make us a screen that bends? They say yes. They show it to Apple. And Apple really goes from there. Do they want to design an iPhone that folds? Do they not want to design? So it's definitely not the iPhone 13. That's going to be not this next iPhone that's going to be foldable. But maybe we see it soon. But according to Bloomberg, they're only in the initial, very, very initial, the first steps of maybe thinking of making a foldable phone. But maybe they surprise us. I don't know. Rumors are rumors after all. So the next Apple update is a very funny one. So Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, has been invited, I guess, or he appeared on Fox News Sunday with Chris Wallace. And in the interview, you can read the article yourself by 9to5Mac. They have the transcripts of everything he said. So Chris Wallace asked Tim Cook about what he's most proud of since taking over from Steve Jobs back in 2011. And he said, quote, I'm proudest that we have kept his DNA as the core of the company, and that the company has stayed focused on innovation and making really great products that empower people and enrich their lives. So a very corporate response by Tim Cook, as you expect. But then Wallace, this is the interesting part, followed up by asking a question about the Apple car. And this is what he said. So Wallace said, quote, does that include an Apple car? Tim Cook replied, quote, well, I can't comment on rumors and so forth. Wallace replied, well, you can. You may choose not to, but you're the boss. Tim Cook replied, you're right. I choose not to. So this is a little bit funny. So Tim Cook dodges the Apple car question. Does this mean it's happening? Does it mean it's not happening? I mean, this is the first time. It's funny to me because someone actually said it to his face, Apple car, and he did not really reply. And I just found it amusing, and it makes it to this video. The final Apple news of today is podcasts. So quick story, when I bought my first iPhone, my iPhone 4S, and I saw this podcasts app, I thought to myself, oh, this is radio. Why I thought this was radio is because I came from a phone where you have to plug in headphones and then you can listen to the actual radio. So I thought it was radio. And then it didn't work. I was like, what is the use of this? When I connected it to the Wi-Fi, I noticed that, you listen to radio offline? And I never really gave it any thoughts, really. Until a few years ago when I came across this podcast I liked about wrestling. And they were saying, yeah, you can check it out in Apple Podcasts. And I was like, Apple Podcast? Oh, you can use that. Instead of watching a YouTube video, I can make it an audio version and I can download it and I can listen to it anytime in planes, in trains, going to university and back, and daily commutes. And I was like, oh, this is interesting. And there's no ads. And why are they supporting this? So flash forward a few years, and Spotify has podcasts, Amazon has podcasts. There are multiple other podcast apps. YouTube has podcasts, and they all have ads except Apple. And according to this article, Apple are in talks with production companies to launch a podcasting subscription service. So every good thing comes to an end, and soon they will be charging us. We don't know how this will happen because Apple has Apple TV and Apple Music and, Apple Arcade, Apple blah blah blah, iCloud, everything, and then will they bundle it up, put it in that huge box of everything Apple, or will they have it an individual thing? Will they lock some features, or would they make it a freemium, so you have a free version and then a premium version, like with all their subscriptions except iCloud, I guess. In order for you to use it, you have to pay. So there is no free version of Apple Music. You either have Apple Music or you don't have Apple Music. So I hope they keep podcasts around because I really use them. And don't make me pay for podcasts because I already enjoy them for free. If you want to have ads, have ads. But Apple really don't like ads. Their business model is give us money and we'll give you a product. But I love podcasts, and I hope one day I make my own. So please keep it free so that we can enjoy our podcasts. And let's enjoy our podcast, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe.